VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for. Yeah, Steve, like the time you fingered Megan Fox behind the Gregson Levens room. How are you doing, everybody? I am Kev Ashford and I am back in the saddle for another edition of the ManUtd VanCam. Hope everybody is well. A few of you who watch regularly will be thinking, what the hell happened last week? No Manchester Derby preview. Let me put this to bed, man. It was there, it was set to go. And for some reason, YouTube, I don't know whether it's the fact that I'm putting words in, like YouTube, something like that they're picking up on, but I did get an email. There has been a complaint, harassment and bullying, something along them lines, but you know what I mean, as if. But anyway, it's all sorted with YouTube, so hopefully this video goes out and you can just sit back, pin back your ears, crack open the beers and enjoy another edition of ManUtd VanCam. Hope everybody is well since I last spoke to you. Obviously, Manchester United won the derby, which was a great result. Yes, after it, if you want to be negative, we can look and say Liverpool are still 180 points clear and we're far off Man City and that. But we're on a good run of form and confidence breeds that. We have to tap into that. All our players now and the arrival of Bruno Fernandes, who looks absolutely mint. He's almost the icing on top of the cake. I still think the cherry on top of the icing, on top of the cake, would be a striker. And in the news this week, news linking Man United with Harry Kane, which would be mind-blowing, man. We need somebody like that at the top of the pyramid. That's exactly what we need. That was followed up against Lask, played behind closed doors because of the coronavirus, which was a strange game to watch. Obviously, I've never watched a football match like that with Man United involved, where there's no atmosphere or anything. Obviously, if you get yourself to the Etihad, you know, yeah, it's a low blow. But yeah, 5-0 against Lask, which is more or less, well, that's us through to the next round of the Europa League. But the big breaking news today, it's just broke on TalkSport as I was listening, driving along, you know, doing a bit, is coronavirus has now taken grip of the Premier League. And it's sad. It's just the way it's going. I totally agree with it. I think they have to do it. In fact, if I was in charge of it, I'd just scrap the Premier League altogether this season. Just write it off. Say, do you know what? We'll start afresh next season. I know Alan the Cat will be in the comments section seething. Calm down, calm down. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was inevitable. It was going to happen. We've got players, managers that are infected by this now. They have to go into quarantine and that. And you can't have large gatherings. So that is the Premier League now on hold until the 4th of April. But let me, I've introduced myself. I've had a brief look back on all that. Let me let you know what's coming up in this week's show. We have got, as always, we're going to start with the big VanCam debate. We're going to then fly into CockStroker of the week. We have a new segment of the show called Tweet of the Week, just to even things out, you know what I mean? We've got bellends, and then we've got people who come out with really good stuff on social media. We'll then have a quick look at the VanCam Fantasy Football League and a few of your comments at the end, because that's how Kev rolls. What I won't do, and a lot of YouTubers do, you will notice that before you even start these videos, they more or less say, smash a like, give us a cheeky like on the video. I'm not asking for that. I do not do it, and I'll tell you why, because it's like going to a restaurant. You go in there, do you know what I mean? Your steak, surf and turf lands out. Nice one, mate. And then they say to you, will you just go on your on our Facebook page and like it, and will you just say that you enjoyed the food? I don't know whether I'm gonna like the food, not even touched it yet. Tell you what I'll do, I'll eat it and then I'll give you a review. Yeah, and that's how it works. At the end of the video, if you liked it, like it. If you didn't, I'm not asked. We've assessed and looked at the YouTube problems, so hopefully this week the video goes out. But I hope you're well and enjoying your Friday night if you're watching it live. It's great to have you on board. Let's go into a thing called the Big VanCam Debate. Q John Vallandingham. What a man, Sir John Vallandingham. The Big VanCam Debate. Right then, here we go with the big VanCam debate, and for a split second there, yes, I did forget exactly what the hell was going on, but now I have retained, no, just got that composure back. That's what I've done anyway. Last week, we had a debate. I can't believe it. I even asked the question. I was asking you, Paul Pogba or Paul Scholes? I know, I can't believe it was even thrown out for debate, but this was on the back of a tweet that come into my timeline. It got me attention. It was from United Alpha. It started with short story, got me attention. I'm thinking, short story, I'm one for them. What's it about? So he said Paul Pogba will retire having won the biggest prize in sport, which he meant the World Cup. Paul Scholes will be sitting on television, excusing the Glazers and contributing towards the decline of the club he's supposed to love. I know who my midfielder is. So United Alpha's midfielder is clearly Paul Pogba. I'm guessing this person is probably under the age of 10. But how glad was I to see that I threw this out and said, who is your midfielder? Are we talking Paul Pogba or Paul Scholes? And for the first time, yes, don't know how I did that. First time in VanCam, ManUtd VanCam history, we have a landslide. And by a landslide, I mean there's nothing left. We are talking 100%. Yes, not 99, not 98, not, I could keep doing that all the way down, but I'm not. We're talking 100% in favour of that ginger prince, yeah, Paul Scholes. And do you know what? Give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the back. Get yourself a can of beer out the fridge, for Christ's sake, and a chicken leg, because you lot retain my faith. The saying, I don't know what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Just makes me feel good that so many top people watch ManUtd VanCam and have very, very great views. So fair play to you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Alright, so for this week's question, I was on Twitter again having a little flick through, and Terry from the Football Terrace had put out a video of Mark Goldbridge from the United stand, and it basically had a little header in that, and it said, Mark Goldbridge claims all Man United fans, all Manchester United fans have been Ollie out at some stage. Nobody has been Ollie in from the start. So I managed to find the clip, I look at it, you know, I'm taking it in, and Mark's there, and he sits, and to my surprise, does actually say that all United fans have been Ollie out, you know, at some stage. This is all. So, all I can say is, obviously Mark does not watch VanCam. I think it's safe to say. Well, we know he doesn't now, so. And if you went through any of the messages that are left on ManUtd VanCam, there is an overwhelming support in favour of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We've done the votes, we've done the maths, we've done the polls, we've got it all in. Everybody's been in favour and is behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Not everybody, but the majority of people that watch ManUtd VanCam. I'm going to play the clip now. This is Mark and what he said.
I think United fans, you know, some United fans are like, oh, I was always Ollie in, I was always Ollie in. What a load of rubbish. Absolute nonsense. I've never seen a United fan that's been Ollie in the whole time.
So after taking in that video, your question this week, is Mark Goldbridge correct? That's all you have to do this week, yes or no. You just listen. All Man United fans are being Ollie out. Do you agree with this? Maybe you're somebody that's like, Kev, do you know what? Few good results recently. I was Ollie out, but I can see what he's doing now. You know what I mean? There's a bit of a clear message going out. I can see the future. The future's looking bright. I was Ollie out, and now I'm Ollie in. You know, are you a bit of a flip-flop? I don't mind if that's what you think. I'd rather you be honest if you want to get in the comments section, but it's a simple yes or a no. Did Mark knock the nail on the head by saying that all Man United fans have been Ollie out? I can certainly speak for myself, and anybody that watches ManUtd VanCam will know exactly my thoughts. So I'd like to be taken out of that, Mark. You can put it to 99% of United fans or whatever it is, but your duty now is to vote. Was he right in saying that? Yes or a no? And as always, there is no sitting up on that fence. You need to make a decision, a yes or a no, and I'll tell you why. I've got a little story for you. Two of my mates, here they are, right pair of boneheads, Barry the Blade and Pete the Feet. couldn't make a decision, so they decided to erect this fence. So they start arsing around, you know what I mean? They're up on the step ladder. To me, to you, the Chuckle Brothers. That's exactly what they are. God rest their soul, one of them, whoever it was. But as you can see, you can get into difficulties trying to put up the old fence. Because if you do get that gust of wind and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to fall on your ass and look like a proper tit. Make a decision.
Absolute nonsense. I've never seen a United fan that's been ollieing the whole time.
The BIG VanCam Debate! So there you go with the BIG VanCam Debate. Click on the eye up here, cast your vote, yes or a no. Right. There's loads of cockstrokers out there, isn't there? Absolutely a shitload of them. It's my duty and your duty to send in nominations, and this week was no different. Managed to compile a top 5. So running you down from 5 to 1 is me. This is, don't even know what I'm saying, is Cockstroker of the Week. Cockstroker of the Week! Okay, so here we go, another week, another session of Cockstroker of the Week. I was actually thinking this week I might rename it to Weapon of the Week. I think it's got a right good ring to it, but at the end of the day, all I'm going to get is people sending through pictures of missile launchers, AK-47s, you know, hashtag Weapon of the Week. So I thought, knock it on the head, let's keep it original as Cockstroker of the Week. This week, 5 nominations, only one person can take home the award that nobody wants to, because it's not a good thing. Number 5 this week. Number 5, I always say, Big Kev always says, respect your elders. Respect all elderly people. I love listening to them. They're full of wisdom, stories and all that. Sit down, have a pint with them. Great crack all together. So when this clip come onto my timeline on Twitter, I'm thinking, just give that guy a high 5. So here we go. Here's the old guy. They're getting all giddy. Yeah, we've just won. We've won. Don't leave him hanging. Do not leave the old man hanging. He's left him hanging, and for that reason, the man that did not just give the old man, all he wanted was a touch of skin. I know coronavirus and all that, shouldn't be touching hands and stuff, but come on, for the love of God, give the man the high 5. Do not leave an old man hanging. Number 4 this week goes to Lucy Nicholson. Yeah, I know a few of you are probably like, who? Right, Lucy Nicholson is on Twitter. She's apparently a massive Man United fan, and she likes getting a threatening bits out. Let's just put it that way on the old Twitter. So a picture arose from a recent Man United game where she decided to get the threatening bits out at Old Trafford. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, do you know what I mean? Each to their own, whatever floats your boat, whatever you're into. But she is trying to tap in to Man United's worldwide male market on Twitter, trying to get them followers going and all that. Fair play to your sister, do you know what I mean? Fair fucking play to you. But what I will say is this tweet come out, the pictures there, you know what I mean? There they are, yeah, there they are anyway, you know what I mean? She's got them on show. Biggest pair of tits at Old Trafford, and the only problem I've got with this, you know what I mean, I've got no problem looking at it or whatever, it's just the wording of it, you know, the biggest pair of tits at Old Trafford, because they're not. They're a fine pair, don't get me wrong, do you know what I mean? I know I'm digging a hole here and all that, but the finest, you know, biggest pair of tits at Old Trafford, you know, we all know it's Saeed and Jesse Lingard. 3 is the magic number. This week, coming in at number 3. Again, I'm on social media on the old Twitter, and I see a bit of a header. It says, what an absolute dickhead this guy is. And I'm thinking, it's not Saeed, right? We'll lay off him. But who is it? It's somebody else having his say on the United stand after a match, and he's obviously talking some kind of horseshit. So I give it a listen, and this is what come out after United drew 1-1 at Goodison against Everton.
Fred, shocking. Bruno,
Fred was shocking.
The second half, shocking. Bruno Fernandes, shocking. Martial is free
But
there.
without Bruno, what would happen today?
Now, yes, the second half of the game, Man United were disappointing, but we knew that Everton would try and grow into this game, get the crowd behind them. But to come out with something like Fred and Bruno Fernandes was shocking. Bruno Fernandes, United's player of the month, head and shoulders above everybody else. He's been absolutely magnificent. To come out with shit like that, I'm thinking, is he trying to be the new Saeed or something? Let's say something for effect, gets loads of views. So I did a tiny bit of extensive research, and he's only got a YouTube channel with Saeed. So he must have sat down with Saeed and said, Saeed, how are you getting these hits on your video? What are you doing? Or, you know, Saeed's probably said, listen, whatever you think, you know, if you think Fernandes had a great game, just say the opposite. And everybody will go apeshit at you. All rival fans will be laughing at you. You'll get loads of hits on your videos. Job done.
Second half, shocking. Bruno Fernandes, shocking. Martial is free there.
Without Bruno, what would happen today?
Hitting that number 2 spot is our very own CockStroker, or former CockStroker of the week. Give it away. Oh yeah, they have. Yes, it's Jurgen Klopp. This is because Jurgen Klopp has been in CockStroker of the week so many times. One of the main reasons, and I've always pointed it out to you lot, God as my witness, you're my disciples or whatever, you will remember me saying that Jurgen Klopp, when he wins a match, is very quick to big up the opposition. So if they just smash Watford, Bournemouth, you know, some of these shit teams, 4 or 5 nil Anfield, he usually comes out and goes, play great football, fair play to them and all. That's all right. And if you're winning 4 or 5 nil, you know, whatever, yeah. But in defeat, is the man gracious? Can he take it? Well, when Liverpool were thrown, when they were dumped out of the Champions League by Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid, I expected nothing less of Jurgen Klopp to basically come out and say, you know, he doesn't understand why they play like this. Why do they play when they have great players? They could play other types of football. What, the football that you would have then gone on to win, that type of football, because that's the only shit that you like. But the fact that they beat you, put you out of the Champions League, this is why we get this. You know, why did they play like that? You know, what is it all about? They played like that because they beat you, you dickhead. And the top spot, number 1 CockStroker of the week this week. He's never been CockStroker of the week before, plain and simply because I don't have a bloody clue who he is. He's Martin Finnegan from the Rain Band. Me neither, I'm not down with, you know, the kids and all. I forget I even said that, man. Martin Finnegan, before the Manchester derby, was in the away end at Old Trafford, getting proper excited. In fact, that excited, I'm getting my phone out. I'm going to film a blog about me day out. Fair play, Martin, you know what I mean? Each their own and all that. He's got the camera out, and before the match, he's full of optimism. This is the biggest game. It's still the biggest game. Cue this bell end.
Derby day in Manchester, there's no bigger game for me personally.
Yes, so the scene is set for Martin Finnegan's biggest game of the season. Of course, it's the mighty Manchester United. But after the game, getting beat 2-0, on reflection, what did the main man have to say at this stage?
Tough one to take, but you know, maybe this reminds me of where we were 20 years ago, when a game like this means so much to a so-called massive club like Man United.
Ow! You can see the bitterness in his veins. His blue veins are just pumping out. The guy is absolutely taken over by the sheer bitterness of what has just happened. Man United absolutely dick Man City 2-0 at Old Trafford. Yeah, you can have all that possession. Yeah, last 5 minutes Manchester City have had 97% possession. Who gives a fuck? Man United won 2-0, and Martin Finnegan in the away end says that Man United at that point reminding him of City 20 years ago. You dickhead. Get your inflatable banana out, mate, and sail off back down the Salford Canal all the way back to Hazel Grove. That, my friends, was CockStroker of the Week. 5 nominations, 1 winner, a City fan. Why not? Because I can do it. It's my show.
You know, maybe this reminds me of where we were 20 years ago, when a game like this means so much to a so-called massive club like Man United.
CockStroker of the week. So there is CockStroker of the week done and dusted for another week. Here on ManUtd VanCam, I'm always striving to get ahead of the pack, trying to come up with new ideas to make the show more interesting. A lot of people do say, Kev, stop the bullying. You know, you're far too negative on other United so-called hardcore fans and all that. So I thought, I'll take that on board. I don't mind a bit of constructive criticism. So I've come up with a thing called Tweet of the Week, or as I like to call it, hashtag Twatwer. Got a ring to it, that, ain't it? So hashtag Twatwer. If you see an absolute mint tweet, you just copy me in on it, and if it makes the cut, you get the accreditation for it. So let's celebrate the really, really good tweets in a thing that we're gonna now know as Tweet of the Week, or hashtag Twatwer. Fox 59 News tweeted out about a person they wanted to speak to in connection with an assault on a 16-year-old girl. Now, the picture shows a sketch of the likeness of the person that the cops wanted to speak to in America to do with this. Now, it's obviously, that's nothing to do with the tweet of the week. It was actually the reply from Man United fan Mark Mero. Mark Mero simply copied in this picture. But the tweet of the week for me has to go to a reply to this tweet from ex-footballer Jonathan Walters, who said, if the coronavirus spreads, we should just cancel the Premier League and start afresh next season. What do you think? You can't play matches behind closed doors. Football is what it is because of the fans, and without them, the game isn't the same. It isn't the same. I get exactly what he's saying. Again, this is not the tweet of the week. It was the reply to that. So he's saying, you know, let's cancel the Premier League. We can't play games behind closed doors. And we know against Lask in the Europa League, it was a bit deadly to kind of watch. You know, it just didn't feel the same, no atmosphere or anything. But the reply to this from Dale Barron, who said, wait for it, Man City seem to manage okay at home without fans. It's a low blow. It's tweet of the week. So there you go with your new segment of the show, Tweet of the Week. CockStroker of the Week, Tweet of the Week, Big VanCam Debates. You lot do not even know you are born, but you are very, very welcome. And if you come across an absolute blinder of a tweet, just copy me in at KevinAshford7 and I'll have a blip of it, look over it, and if it makes the cut, you get the accreditation. That's how we roll on here, yeah? You need to, you know, you'll get the, you know, the thumbs up from Kev, and that's kind of a big deal. So let's have a very, very brief look at the VanCam Fantasy Football League table.
Do you come from a land down under?
Right, so a very brief look at the ManUtd VanCam Fantasy League. There's no doubt that coronavirus is causing all kinds of problems to life and to sporting events. So I think it's going to have a real big tell on the VanCam Fantasy Football League as well, because we're looking at games being postponed and stuff. So it's really, really going to be hard to get a good gauge of what is actually going on in this league. But I can tell you that Simon Williams is still in that top spot. And a quick look at his team last week, seen a return of 71 points, which is pretty goddamn impressive. Big Kev hanging around in 8th place. I'm on the coattail of Rochdale starlet Louis Clarkson. Down at the bottom, the Wooden Spoon Award. There's no change. It's Forsten Sauntergen still at the bottom. He did actually get in touch to say he's never made a change to his team, but well, that's what you get for not making a change to your team, mate. If you want the wooden spoon, you know, and you want your family to all look and laugh at you at the end of the season, then each to their own. Dirty Dunks, VanCam regular in 55th place. Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not down there. We'll update that next week.
Do you come from a land down under?
Okay, so we have sadly come to the end of another show, but that doesn't mean that I haven't got time to read out your comments. Well, not all of them, but a selection of them. This is for the people who take the time out on a weekly basis to drop a comment in the comments section. So get it done. If it gets read out next week, you're happy, I'm happy, everyone's happy. Steph Hughes was in there and said the only United fan channel worth subscribing to. All the others do is spread negativity and take themselves too seriously. Keep up the good work, Kev. I would like to think that I do take myself seriously, Steph. Ed07 MUFC, who's becoming a ManUtd VanCam regular, always in the comments section. That was VanCam we've waited for. See what he did there? What a card he is. Going to need some more superlatives, yeah, for this show. Top again, Kev. Brilliant channel, community. Can't complain with that. You got, and it looks like it's getting bigger every week. Well done. Here's a brilliant community. Some top people in there leaving really good comments, and I would like to back that up by saying thank you to John Vallandingham, Dave Birtwhistle, and the Wythenshawe raver himself, David Conreen, for sharing videos and promoting ManUtd VanCam. Thank you. Dylan Fielding was in there, said love the channel, Kev. Cockney red since 79. Apples and pears, apples and pears. Got no time for the Ollie Out Brigade. Choose watching live Corrie choose watching live over Corrie. You're proper. I can't believe your channel ain't bigger. He chose to watch ManUtd VanCam over Coronation Street. Is that a big thing? I'd like to think it is then. Yeah. We'll go with that, yeah. And no time for the Ollie Out Brigade. Neither have I, mate. And do you know what the funny thing is about them shower of dickheads and what they're doing now? Do you know what I'm hearing? Do you know when I'm in like the forklift and I put it in reverse and it goes beep, beep, beep? That's the sound of all them knobheads that were coming out of grounds and Ollie out, Ollie this, Ollie that, Ollie gonna freestyle, he's a PE teacher, FIFA custom tactics and all that bollocks. And now, oh, yeah, I can sort of see what he's doing. He's getting his own plate. Don't even get me started. Nick Newman was in there. Anyone who says Pogba is tripping. This was to do with the big VanCam debate. Pogba or Scholes. That tweet is typical of the confused logic that exists in some sections of modern society. Dude probably thinks the world is flat and Piers Morgan is the cream of broadcasting. Quality, that one. The world isn't flat. Piers Morgan is... Oh, yeah, get it. KVC, when is the City video coming, Kev? I can't wait. Well, KVC, if you're watching now, hopefully you've had your fix of ManUtd VanCam and you are absolutely buzzing your tits off. Or you might not have tits, whatever. David Conreen, who I just mentioned before and said thank you for sharing the video, said brilliant show, Kev, and thanks for the shout out. Erica loved it. That's his daughter. If Erica's there, I'm not going to do that wave I did the other week, so it's a bit creepy. I'll just give some thumbs up. I believe in the content you put out there, so I am proud to endorse it to other true Reds that get what ManUtd Football Club are all about, like ourselves. Long may you continue to bring ManUtd VanCam to the greatest fan channel there is. Regards, Raver, Wythenshawe Red. Ploy was in there. Anyone that's a regular will know that Ploy sadly lost her partner, Peter, who watched ManUtd VanCam religiously. That was going back last year. She was in with a comment, which was nice. Nice to know she still watches as well, carrying on the tradition. She said, Bruno's settled in so well and consistently performing to the highest level. What a transfer, what a player. Certainly cannot disagree with that. I'm sure nobody will disagree, apart from that bellend that was on earlier, you know what I mean? Bruno was shocking. He was shocking my ass. Didn't sound right, did it? Johnny Red, the gaffer, 1969, a new subscriber through David Conreen, said this was last week, said away for the evening, so we'll have to catch up with Kevin Ashford 7 tomorrow. And sadly YouTube shut me down and all that. I had loads planned, man. We were talking inflatable bananas, Bertie Magoo, salt and pepper on the hot dog stands, blue ketchup, all that shit I had covered. Curly Watts, do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course you do. Anyway, that is the end of the show. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks everyone for supporting this show and making it exactly what it is. If you got any suggestions of anything you want on the show that you'd like to see, hit me, holler, whatever the kids say, do you know what I mean? Just get in touch That's what I meant. But I hope you have enjoyed it. There is absolutely no point in doing that now, because we now know that Manchester United will not be playing at the weekend. Nobody will be playing at the weekend because of coronavirus. But I suppose I could put it on and end it like this. Fuck the coronavirus! Down with that kind of thing. Do one. I said your love keep on lifting me higher and higher. Thanks very much for watching the video. You can also follow me on these other social media platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, plenty of fish. Oh yeah! Thanks to everybody who gets involved, comments, likes, shares, subscribes. Subscribing is the main thing. It costs you nothing, and why wouldn't you want to do it? This is ManUtd VanCam.